Hey English learners, welcome back to the NHถี่podcast, your go-to podcast for learning English and improve your life. I'm Aaron, and I'm Evan. How is it going, Aaron? Pretty good. How was your weekend? Oh, it was really great. I went to this cafe in town. The ones with those beautiful grass pastries and cozy atmosphere. It was just so, what's the words? Oh, I forgot. Oh no, come on, you got this. What kind of words we are talking about here? Is the fancy word. It means some really beautiful, special, as a whole vibe a place where it's delicate, refined, and kind of perfect. Could be elegant, close, but it's more elevated. Like something rare, as most could be true. What about luxurious? Not quite. A softer, more poetic. A word used to describe experience that feels like as must be. Wait, exquisite. Yes, that says exquisite. I never start with an E. That's the perfect words of a cafe. That's pastries, the atmosphere is totally exquisite. Exactly. I really want to use the word that sound order fancy and impressive, but no, brand crazy. Well, you got it eventually. And actually, that's greatly today's topic. How to make sure life's exquisite don't just slip out in your memory. Perfect. Let's break it down. Oh, and before we dive into our fun strategies and remember new words, we got some special for you. Yes, we create a free PDF guide this to go on this episode. This packed on key points we discussed today. This book comprehension grammar exercise to help you practice and lock into learn. And trust me, you don't miss one. It's like having a mini workbook to boost your vocabulary skills. You can download from the link in the description. Exactly. You use it to follow along practice strategies words about to share. Alright, let's get started. First, let's talk about why it's so easy to forget new words and how we can stop the happening. Well, it's all about how memory works. Think of your brain like a leaky bucket. Every time you learn something new, it gets added to the bucket. But unless you reinforce it, the information starts leaking out pretty quickly. So that's why words disappear just a few days after learning them. Exactly. It is called the forgetting curve. It shows that forget almost 80% of information within 24 hours and we don't review it. That's why reading a word once is enough to make stick. Wow, 80%. So how would you stop linking bucket? By using specific strategies to back the bucket. Let's break it down by one. Ooh, sounds like work about unlock memory superpowers. The first real powerful strategy is to make words personal. Our brain are great at remembering that matters to us, but not words holding onto random fast. The trick is to connect each word to your life in a meaningful way. Totally. And often forget the word exquisite. It can link into cafe I went to. Every time I think of that place, the words pop right about to my mind. Exactly. I had to experience with the words nostalgia. When I learned it, I immediately thought of summer at my grandma's house, riding bikes, eating ice creams, and sunset from porridge. And every time I hear nostalgia, that memories play a like movie in my head. That's so smart. So instead of memorizing words mechanically, we should try to create emotional connections or memories around them. Exactly. It turns to them with something personal, which makes it stakes much better. Next time you learn a new word, ask yourself, how does this word relate to my life? What personal story experience could I attach to it? Right? It's like giving each word its own little memory hook. Exactly. And if you want to take it even further, a second strategy is create visual associations. Our brains love pictures. If you can turn a word a mental image, it's way too easier to remember. So, like making a mini cartoon in your head? Exactly. Here an example. When I learned the word serendipity, it means happy accident. I imagine myself working through a park and randomly finding a $20 bills on the ground. That is stuck. And now we've never forget the meaning of serendipity. That's really smart. For the word lavish, which means rich or luxurious, I could picture a massive banquet overflowing with golden plates, exotic fruit, and candle everywhere. Yes, the cylinders are more vivid, the better. Another example, when I learned meticulous, which means you're very careful and precise, I picture a jeweler carefully setting a diamond in a ring. It's such a detailed task, and that makes it lock in a word. Okay, so the key is create strong mental pictures that's funny, surprising, or super detailed. Got it. And the next strategy is simply that also most important. Practice, practice, practice. It's like planting a seed. If you don't water it right away, it won't grow. That's so true. I noticed this when I used the word conversation right after learning it. I remember it's much better, but it just read it once and move on. It's gone the next day. Exactly. When I learned peculiars, which means strange or unusual, I made a point to list 3 times this week. I told my friends, that's a peculiar outfit you're wearing. Then I used it as sentence while journaling and mentioned it in a group chat. After that, it became part of vocabulary for good. So the idea is to practice in real situations as soon as possible, right? Yes. And even if you can't find someone to talk to, you can practice by writing sentences on journal or saying the words out loud to yourself. The key is to use it multiple times in different ways. The more you practice, the stronger the memories becomes. It's like building a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. Exactly. And with these 3 strategies, making words personal, creating visual associations, and practicing, you have it to silent recognition and locking into the new word you learn. So the next strategy is like a science experience, active recourse and repetitions. What to deal with that? Brain training? Sort of. Think of your brain like a muscle. The more you work it, stronger it gets. After recall like doing memory push-up. Instead of passively reviewing the words over and over, you close your book and force your brain recall it from its memory. Oh, so it's not about cramming, it's about testing yourself regularly? Exactly. Study shows that testing yourself is one of the best ways to remember something long term. Even if you struggle to recall at first, that struggle is what strengthens the memory. So it's like learning the words meticulous. Instead of just reading 10 times, I should close the book and ask myself, what does meticulous mean again? If I read it right, boom, stronger memory. Yes, and that's just one part. The other part, spaced repetitions, is all about timing. You don't want to review over every 5 minutes. You want to space for a review. Let's one today, and again in 2 days, and then a week later. Oh, it's long water a plane. You can't drown in it every day. You need to water it just enough and give it time to grow. Perfect metaphor. Spaced repetitions gets your brain right before you to forget the word, locking into long-term memory. Apps like Inky Quizlist, they're super easy to do. Those apps are lifesavers. It's like having a personal trainer for your memory. Exactly. Next strategies. Learning words in context. This is the big one. Memorizing words in isolation is trying to remember personal pieces without seeing the full picture. Right. It's like trying to remember random ingredient without knowing the recipe you're making. Exactly. When you learn words in context, you see how they behave in the sentence, and that makes the stick better. Take the words bridges, for example. If you don't just memorize definitions, extremely cool, you might forget it. If you say in a sentence like, First face turned into icicle. It paints for a vivid picture in your mind. I've been there. That fridge's wind is no joke. What about peculiars? It's much easier to remember if you use it in the sentences like he has a peculiar habit eating green cereal with a fork. Haha. That's a great example. Context make words like nostalgic and for this case easier to recall because it connects them real situations. Like feeling nostalgic at work, looking awful, and describing a friend's fashion style for certificate. So the key is use words in full sentences of stories. That way, it's not just flowing around in my brain, it's loose coins. Exactly. And if you read books or watch a TV show in English, you start picking up or naturally in context without even realizing it. Oh, that's great tip. Totally. And now from my strategies, teachings. If you want to remember words forever, teaching someone else. Oh, I heard that before. Why does it work? Because teaching forces you to explain the words in your own ways, which strengthens the memory. Plus, you repeat it multiple times explaining it, would reinforce it even more. It's like building a roadmap for the words in your brain. If you're teaching it, you have to take a simple route. You have to really understand it. Exactly. Here an example. When I explained the words fluster to my little cousins, I said, if that feeling you get running late and can't find your keys or phone. Now, every time I hear fluster, I think of chaotic morning scenes and remember the words perfectly. That's a good one. I explained charming to nice saying, it's like depriving someone who naturally blesses and makes you smile. Like barista who always give me an extra cookie. Haha. Yes, teaching make you a better learner and have someone else too. So the next time you learn a word, find a friend, sibling, or even your dog and explain to him them. My dog about get vocabulary lessons of his life. Poor dog, he's about to become bilingual. Alright, so to sum up, make words personal, create visual associations, practice often, learn in context, and teach them someone else. If you use your strategies, for your vocabulary is growing well faster and while we can to-do list. Haha, exactly. And remember, it's not about learning 100 words in one day. It's about making each word stick like glue. Speaking of words, you use some really interesting ones into the episode, right? Some of them pretty fancy though. Yes, words like exquisite and meticulous definitely sounds impressive, but only you actually remember how to use them. Exactly. And to make sure you do, we got let's break them down one by one. She'll give you many examples so you confidently use them in your conversations. Take it away, Charlotte. Thanks, Aris and Evan. Hi, everyone. Let's break down words from today's episode that you can start using the daily conversations. Here we go. Exquisite, meaning beautiful, elegant, or fine details. Example, the restaurant had an exquisite menu full and gourmet dishes. This was the perfect way to describe something truly special, like beautiful craft cakes, elegant piece of jewelry. Exquisite. Frigid, meaning extremely cold. Example, the weather is so frigid that we have to stay indoors all days. We often this word in describing harsh weather. It's more instant, just cold. Serendipity, meaning a happy accident or pleasant surprise. Example, it was that I ran into an old friend at the airport. Meticulous, meaning extremely careful and precise. Example, she meticulous about organizing her workspace. If you know someone who pays close attention to every little details, this is the perfect word to describe them. Peculiar, meaning strange or unusual. Example, he had a peculiar habit eating pizza with a fork. but career can sound a little playful and mysterious. It depends on how you use it. Lavish, meaning rich, luxurious, and extravagant. Example: the party was lavish affair with golden decorations and gourmet food. If something was over top fancy, lavish is your word. Nostalgic, meaning sentimental longing with the past. Example: looking at her old school photo was always nostalgic. It's perfect when you feel an emotional remembering could stem from the past. Sophisticated, meaning elegant, refined, or well educated. Example: her outfit was so sophisticated, it looked like something out of a fashion magazine. Use the words when you want to describe someone or something class and style. Fluster, meaning nervous or confused. Example: I always get flustered when I can't find my phone while running late. It's kind of a feeling that nothing seems to go right, like losing a keys at the worst possible times. Charming, meaning pleasant, attractive. Example: a little bookstore was so charming, I didn't want to leave. This is a sweet word to surprise someone to something makes you smile, like cozy cafe, friendly neighbor. And there you have it. 10 fastest words you can start using today. Try them out on your conversations and see what can remember. Thanks, Charlotte. Those were spot on. Alright, that's it for today's episode. We hope you had fun and learned something new. Don't forget to grab free PDF for extra practice. It's packed to all the tips discussed today. Until next time, keep learning, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next episode with the English podcast.